All right, so today we are actually getting our tractors tuned here at the farm. They're going to sync up a few things, and they're going to make it so that our tractors are more efficient with fuel and have more power and quite a few different things. So I'm gonna let these guys talk a little bit about what they're doing.
We are a professional software modifying company. So we are going to download the software from the tractor, then we modify what needs to be modified, then we upload the software back to the tractor, and we have a dyno with ourselves, so we can measure the performance before and the after and see the results.
It's a pre-programming of different parameters in the engine by hooking up to the ECU directly, modifying the parameters, and then basically optimizing anything from injector angles to turbo calibration, just to give you guys the best possible power output.
No external boxes, no wires, no cables, just smooth job with software only.
Yeah, and you guys design your own software.
We develop the programs. We are responsible for the whole process from the beginning to an end. We always have an on-site technician working on with you guys, so any potential questions you might have, you can address them, and he's the tech guy will be able to answer all the questions. Cool. Because every time you don't have to ship your ECU anywhere, you don't have to plug in anything, everything is done on site with our tech guys. It's a dyno, so basically it connects to the PTO, measures the power of the stock setting of that engine, and then gives you guys a benchmark with our software and the ECU. It's a very simple process, kind of loud.
Nathan, talk about what you did in college.
I've had experience with the dyno before. We had a class, like an engine power class, and one of our labs, we had a tractor hooked to a dyno and pulled it down and came up with the performance curve, and that showed the whole horsepower and everything. Now, we didn't do any tuning or anything, but we just studied horsepower and performance curves and stuff like that in that class.
So it's kind of along the same lines. They're just actually going in and changing things.
Yeah. And you guys get to see the power graph, exactly how the power is delivered by the engine and the transmission. So you get a better picture having that photograph or a printout of that power graph with us once we put it on a dyno. And like I said a few minutes ago, we always run diagnostics if there's just an indication of potential problems, and we would refuse to do a modification if there's a slight chance something may go wrong. We would tell you obviously what kind of problems it has, maybe go ahead and fix this or that. The information from the diagnostic tool would be helpful in that regards, and obviously we wouldn't tune it if it had any transmission or turbo problems.
So explain the difference between what you're going to do versus putting a box on a tractor.
A box basically cranks up the fuel pump to 11, and they increase the temperature of the engine, obviously giving you more power, but then potentially jeopardizing the engine longevity. What we do is fine-tuning, which is changing the calibration of a whole variety of different parameters of the engine, which is in the end gives you the same power output, but it's way safer for the engine and way smoother on the operation. So we can actually feel the difference. It's smoking less, the temperatures on the engine is going to be lower, and there will be no additional wear because we make all our modifications to be safe and match the manufacturer's limits.
All right, so AgroEcoPower has their own app here.
Yeah.
And if you want to look up,
I can show you where we are. We are staying in front of 7430 John Deere.
This is our 7430. So he's going to type in John
you
Deere,
can select the brand,
tractor,
then select tractors and model you are looking for. This is latest
premium.
Right, and we are 7430. So here you can see that we have in stock 166 horsepower, and we are going to deliver 32 horsepower extra. So it's like 20% more in horsepower, and 20% more in torque perspective.
Which is pretty good.
It is.
Alright, so next we're going to do our Challenger, and this is what we can hope for here from 291 to 330, so a difference of plus 39. We'll see what it actually comes out to. All right, so they dynoed the 7215, and then they took that software and they sent it to their headquarters in Europe. Then they modified that software and sent it back. And then now they're going to dyno this tractor again to see how much horsepower was added.
Decide how much horsepower to try to add.
Typically, yes, we have our numbers that we typically install and increase the horsepower by. But sometimes, you know, getting a little bit more information about the piece of equipment that we are working on, we can add a little bit more. It all depends on the conversation with the farmer, whether there's a need for that extra power and whether there's a capability of, you know, on the equipment to handle the extra power. And we can make adjustments, and since we write that software, we do the programming, we can make the adjustments, and we can find a perfect, like a sweet spot for it. Yes.
Yeah, because you guys don't ever want to over adjust and hurt.
We all stay within the factory limitations. We don't make hot rods, so it's all safe. It's not like with the box, you can just basically turn it up as high as you can probably want, right? It's all safe and it doesn't jeopardize any longevity of the engine, any components of the engine, not giving any additional wear on the engine also.
All right, they got 22 added horsepower on this tractor, so that'll be real nice while pushing silage and whatever else we
dirt work
it for. Yep.
And then they put 20 on the 7215, and then we actually found out that the Challenger had already been tuned before, so we didn't mess with that one. Thank you guys for coming out, and hopefully some of our viewers on YouTube and Facebook, if they're interested in having this done to some of their tractors or other pieces of equipment. You guys do tractors, semi-trucks, combines, and I'm going to leave phone numbers, contact information in the caption or description of this video. Whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, you guys can check that out in the description. And yeah, I think that's everything. So it was a good, productive day. We made our tractors more powerful and using less fuel for what they're going to do, and we're excited about that. So thanks again, guys, for coming out. So as a musician, the concept of tuning our tractors today is very similar to the concept of tuning a musical instrument like a guitar. A guitar will function without being perfectly in tune. But when you tune it, it functions a lot better. So it's essentially what we did with our tractors today is we made them more powerful, more efficient, using less fuel, and it's just like making your instrument sound better. It's definitely worth doing, and you can have the nicest guitar, but if it's not in tune, it won't be performing at its peak. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Make sure to check out AgroEcoPower's website. They've done over 6,000 tunes here in the United States, as well as over 100,000 worldwide. And they don't just do farm equipment, they do construction equipment, semi-trucks, all sorts of stuff. They offer a 30-day free trial period, money-back guarantee. They can also detune or retune your tractor if you don't like it. They also offer 24/7 support and a lifetime guarantee. So check them out. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.